When I got divorced, my own family didn't just take my ex-wife's side, they basically replaced me with her. They invited her to Thanksgiving and told me, "You can come too, as long as you keep your mouth shut and don't pull one of your pathetic scenes." I said, "No worries. I'd rather eat with strangers than sit with traitors." 5 days later, I made one move that completely set everything off. My cousin called me crying, saying, "Everything's falling apart, please. Help us fix it." So I'm just putting this out here because I'm still pissed and want to know if I'm the only one who thinks this is insane. If family drama bores you, just keep scrolling. But if you've ever felt like your family had you on mute, this might hit home. Not using a throwaway either. I really don't care who sees this. I'm done keeping the peace. For background, I got divorced about a year and a half ago. It sucked but wasn't shocking. Me and Opal were together for nearly 6 years. I'm not going to act like it was all her fault. I'm blunt, not into dragging out emotional convos, and I definitely overdo the sarcasm sometimes. Opal, on the other hand, always needed people to like her. She'd bend over backwards to be the nice one, even if it meant totally erasing herself. Marriage-wise, not exactly a dream pairing. Whatever, it ended. But here's where it gets real. Strange. Most people, when you split up, yeah, things get weird. But your family still knows who their blood is. Not mine. My mom Faith, my cousin Tucker, my Aunt Lorraine. They didn't just stay in touch with Opal. They absorbed her, like fully adopted her as if she's their kid and I'm the outsider. We don't even have kids together, so it's not like they're staying civil for some grandkids. I first noticed things were off when I saw the group chat. It used to be me, Mom, Tucker, Lorraine, and my sister Tammy. Suddenly Opal's in there. They're sending selfies from a pottery night, and guess whose mug is front and center? Opal's. No one even thought to invite me. Then it's Pumpkin Patch Day, and there's my cousin posting a photo with Opal tagged like she's the fun aunt now. My phone lights up, not because anyone's messaging me, but because I get to see all their conversations. I told myself maybe they're just being polite. Maybe it's awkward. But eventually, I muted the chat because every update just made my blood boil. Watching them hang with her like nothing happened was like watching them rewrite history. 2 weeks before Thanksgiving, my mom calls with this fake serious tone, like someone died. I go, "What's going on?" And she launches into this speech about how things are tense, and she doesn't want any drama at Thanksgiving. She straight up says, "You can come, but only if you keep your mouth shut and don't pull one of your pathetic scenes." I haven't even seen these people since July. What scenes is she talking about? I ask, "Why would I be the problem?" She says, "Well, you know how you get. You always argue. Opal just wants peace." I laugh and ask, "So Opal's coming then?" She goes, "Of course she's family. She's been such a support to us." I'm like, "Support how?" That's when she gets defensive and starts rambling. How Opal helps her with stuff around the house, lets her vent about me not calling enough, and literally says, "Opal's unlike you." So that's it. I tell her I'd rather eat with strangers than sit with traitors. She hangs up. Classic move. Been hanging up on me since I was a kid. I text Tucker like, "Are you serious right now?" And he replies, "Don't make it about you." Opal's been through a lot. Like, what? Did I die and no one told me? I call Tammy for clarity. She's the only one who treats me like a human. But even she's tired of it. She tells me, "Opal's just easy. She bakes, she helps, she makes everyone feel comfortable." Then she drops this. "You know how Mom is. You always clashed. She likes people who agree with her. You never did. Opal does." I ask if Tammy really thinks I should just lay down and take it. She says, "Maybe just don't show up. Let them have their peace." Thanks, sis. So I spend the next few days just floating. Notifications keep popping up. Opal's making pies. Opal's planting flowers with Lorraine. Opal's teaching my mom how to use her new phone, and I'm not even mad at her. She's doing what she's always done, playing the role everyone likes. Sweet, helpful, non-confrontational. My family eats that up. Me? I push back. I tell Tucker to stop whining. I call Mom out when she says something shady. So yeah, maybe I'm not easy, but I'm not fake either. Thanksgiving hits, and I'm home alone, scrolling through my phone. I get a snap from Lorraine, table all set, Opal holding Mom's hand, everyone grinning like a Hallmark card. My spot's just empty. They didn't even try to hide it. That's when it clicked. I'm not part of this family anymore. And if they want Opal, they can have her. But I'm not just going to disappear. I open my notes app and start writing. Every time Opal does something I used to do. Every time she steps into my role. Every time my family lets her. I don't know what I'll do with it yet, but it feels good to keep a record. I'm not about to be erased. If they want her at the table, fine. But they don't get both of us. So that's where I'm at. I don't know what comes next, but I'm done playing the nice guy. If anyone has advice, I'm open to it. Because I'm not just going to sit here and let my family pretend I never existed. Not this time. The next part's probably going to get messy, but honestly, I'm ready for that. Update 1. After that Thanksgiving disaster, I started noticing stuff I guess I had ignored. Little signs that I wasn't just being pushed aside. I was being completely erased. Not just from the dinner table, but from everything. It's strange how clearly you start seeing things when you realize you've been replaced. For months, I'd get casual texts from Tucker about family stuff. Then I'd see on his story that Opal was at Mom's house, cooking dinner, acting like the host. She's got her own coffee mug there now. That's new. She didn't even drink coffee when we were married. Then I saw a video of her helping Lorraine set up a new TV system, like she lives there. Aunt Lorraine has her on speed dial. Everything's Opal this, Opal that. I ask Tucker what the deal is, and he just shrugs it off. Not that deep. She's just good with tech. Okay, cool, but funny how Mom never called me for help again after the divorce. I guess I'm not useful anymore. Then comes the cabin thing. Our grandma left this small place upstate to the family. It was split. Between me, Tucker, and Tammy. I've always handled the bills and maintenance. No one ever said thanks, by the way. So I finally checked the group chat for the cabin after ignoring it for a while, and it's all Opal. She's organizing a summer trip. She's pricing repairs. She's suggesting upgrades to make it more inviting. I scroll and realize I'm not even mentioned once. My name wasn't even mentioned in the conversation about who gets the cabin for July. I literally co-own the place, and nobody thought to include me in the vote. I messaged Tucker like, "What's going on with the cabin?" And he just shrugs it off, saying Opal's been helping out, that everyone prefers her ideas, and I'm always too busy anyway. I called Tammy, hoping she'd back me up, and she says, I tried to speak up, but Mom and Lorraine said it's just easier with Opal. Then she adds, "You know how Mom is. She says you're always hard to schedule around." Apparently, Opal just makes things smoother. I tell her, "It's literally my name on the deed." And all Tammy does is sigh and say, "I know, but I'm tired of arguing." Not even defending me. She just doesn't want the hassle. I start checking around, trying to figure out what the hell is going on, but no one gives a real answer. Lorraine says, "Opal's been such a blessing. You should be thankful she's holding everyone together." And my mom? She hits me with, "If you came around more, maybe things would be different." I remind her, "You invited my ex to Thanksgiving and told me to stay quiet." And she just changes the subject, says, "I always have to make things about myself. It's mind-blowing." I get why they like Opal. She never says no. Always shows up with a cake or a casserole. Always doing the "let me help" thing. She did this with my friends too. Slowly made herself the one people called first. I guess I just thought my family would see through that? I thought they'd still remember me. But they don't want real. They want easy. Then I found out something that pushed me over the edge. My mom used to ask me to help with online stuff. Bills, autopay, tech support. I even kept helping for a bit after the divorce. Then she starts telling me Opal's got it covered. And one day, Tucker casually mentions that Opal has access to my mom's accounts. Like, full login access, passwords and all. That used to be me. I call Mom and ask, "You're seriously letting my ex handle your finances now?" She just says, "Opal's trustworthy. You're always so negative. She helps me feel in control." I tell her, "That's a terrible idea." And she snaps, "If you're that worried, come help me yourself. If you can be nice for once." I told her I'm not playing her games. That's when I started keeping receipts. Literally. Screenshots, notes, everything. Every time Opal makes a call about the cabin. Every time she plans something with my family behind my back. Every time she takes over something I used to do. I'm not mad at Opal for doing what she does. I'm furious that my family just lets it happen like it's normal. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I never imagined they'd erase me just to keep someone who never pushes back. Then Lorraine DMs me, asking me to sign some paperwork for the cabin. I'm like, "What paperwork?" She sends a document where Opal's apparently setting up new autopay for utilities and says they need my info. I ask, "Since when does Opal manage the bills?" Lorraine gets defensive fast, says, "Well, she's the only one actually doing anything. You're always late, you don't reply, you're too busy." I tell her, "I've paid my share every single year. No one ever said a word about me being late." She just says, "Opal will handle it now. Just sign." I say I won't sign anything until I've looked at it in detail. She flips out. Literally slams the door when I show up to talk. Tucker texts me afterward and says, "Just sign it, man. Stop making things harder than they need to be." And now, everywhere I turn, Opal's in the middle of something I used to be responsible for. Every event, every family thread, every stupid holiday email. She's there. I'm not. I even asked my mom if I could stop by to talk about the cabin, and she says, "Only if you're not going to argue. Opal's coming over anyway to help me with taxes." That was the final straw. I hung up. I think my family treats me this way because I never played along. Even before Opal, I was the one who called out the nonsense, who didn't pretend things were fine when they weren't. Opal? She'll smile sweetly and bake cookies while people trash talk the one person who actually did the work. That's what my family values. No waves, no drama, just someone who plays the part. Even if it means erasing me. So I'm watching this all unfold, and I realize that if I don't step in, they're not just going to erase me emotionally, they're going to erase me legally and financially too. The cabin, the family accounts, everything. They're just handing it over. That's not happening. Next time they want me to sign something, I'm showing up with everything. I'm not signing. I'm not backing down. I won't let them rewrite the story so Opal gets to be the saint, while I fade into the background as the bitter ex-family member who just disappeared. I'm done being quiet. If they want to fight, they're about to get one. So yeah, buckle up. Because I'm about to make damn sure no one can pretend I'm not here. If they want Opal, fine. But they're not getting my share. Not now, not ever. Then, Tammy pulls out her phone and starts scrolling, and suddenly she's reading from a whole other group chat. One I didn't even know existed. It's full of messages from Opal, talking about how I'm too angry, and how it's just better to do things without him. My own cousin, my own family, making decisions in secret like I don't even exist. Tammy looks up and goes, "I didn't want to get in the middle, but this is out of control." I just stare at her, then look at Tucker. He gives the laziest shrug I've ever seen and says, "It's easier this way, crew." I say, "Easier for you, not for me." And that's when it all explodes. We're not talking anymore. We're shouting. Lorraine storms back into the room and goes, "If you want to make things difficult, I'll call Grandma's lawyer. Let's see how you like that." I look her right in the eye and say, "Do it. I'll send every receipt I have." Tammy throws her hands up and says, "Can we just make rules? Can we all agree that Opal doesn't get a vote?" Tucker turns to me and says, "Fine. What do you want?" I look him dead on and say, "I want you to stop acting like I died and she's your new brother." The silence after that is loud. No one cries, but you can feel it. Everyone's pissed for their own reason. Tammy wants peace. Tucker wants to run. Lorraine wants Opal running the show. I just want my damn life back. So I spell it out. If Opal touches another account, signs anything under my name, or makes decisions about my property, I'm going legal. You want to fight? I'm done playing nice. Tucker mutters, "Fine. We'll do it all by the book then." Tammy rolls her eyes and says, "I'm tired of all of you," before walking out and slamming the door. Lorraine sits down again but won't even look at me. I don't let that stop me. I say, "You did this. You picked her over me. Now you live with it." Then I stand up. Tucker tries to step in front of me. I push past him, grab my folder, and walk out. I get home and yeah, I'm still angry, but there's this weird calm underneath it. Because I know exactly what I'm going to do. And I'm not bluffing. They wanted to play games with money and property? All right. I'm done asking nicely. I'm going to show them what happens when you cross someone who actually read the fine print. Funny how fast people change when you stop being the one who bends. They want Opal? Cool. They can have her. But she doesn't get my name. She doesn't get my place. And she sure as hell doesn't get what's mine. I gave it 5 days. I figured someone would reach out, try to patch it over or drop a guilt trip. Nope. Just the same old group chats I'm not in, Opal's name in every update, and I'm a ghost in the family that shares my blood. I guess they thought I'd just get tired, disappear, let them keep playing house with Opal as the new leader. But that's not how this ends. I started with the cabin, pulled every document, title, deed, repair logs, payment history, even Grandma's old co-ownership letter she typed herself. Everything. I organized the receipts, printed the messages, the ones where they made plans without me, and then I called the management office, told them to freeze all changes. No repairs, no rentals, no decisions unless I sign off. Got it all in writing. Had it sent to every contact on the property file. Then I emailed the family, attached the legal notice. No warning, no please, just facts. If you want to use the cabin, come talk to me. Opal doesn't own anything. She doesn't speak for me. And then I moved on to the accounts, went to the bank, told them I wanted my name off anything Opal had access to. I explained the whole situation to the branch manager and asked for flags on third-party access. He said I'd need to submit something in writing. I handed it in that same day. Later, Mom texted me, furious that her online banking wasn't working right. Basically, it wasn't working the way Opal had set it up. I replied, "Talk to your actual son for once, not your ex-daughter-in-law." She hung up. I texted Tammy and told her everything, what I did and why. Told her, if she wants her part of the cabin, she'll need to talk to me. Not Lorraine, not Opal. Tammy just wrote back, "Honestly, I get it. I'm tired of this too." Then Tucker called, tried to say I was punishing everyone just because I felt left out. I told him, "No, you all made your choices. I'm just making sure you can't erase me when it comes to money and property." Lorraine called too. She screamed about how I was going. Against family, said Grandma would have been ashamed. I told her, "I'm not being vengeful. I'm being legal." She slammed the phone down. That night, I saw her post something online about some people never growing up, and I actually laughed out loud. Then, for the first time in months, Opal called me. I didn't pick up. She texted, Can we talk? This is hurting people. I ignored it. She sent another, I'm just trying to help. Why are you making this so hard? Blocked. Within 2 days, the meltdown started. Tucker went from mad to panicked in my inbox. The trip's ruined. Mom's freaking out. Lorraine's blaming everyone. Opal's crying. No one knows what to do. Then came the ask. Can you please just fix it? Everything's falling apart. I told him. I warned you. You made your choice. I'm not the backup plan. I'm not the one you call when everything breaks down. I'm just making sure you can't erase me out of my own life. Then Tammy called, asked, Did you really freeze the accounts? I said, Yeah, I did. She said, Honestly, I'm relieved. This has been messed up for months. They let Opal do whatever because no one wanted to deal with Mom and Lorraine. I told her, If you want to do things the right way, come to me. We can figure out a system that doesn't include random people running our business. She said she would. That's all I ever wanted. A few days later, I went out for a run past Mom's place. Her car was in the driveway. Opal's wasn't. Lorraine's car was gone too. I didn't go in. I just kept running. Sometimes you have to let people clean up their own mess. I'm not fixing it for them anymore. And yeah, maybe someone reading this thinks I went too far. Maybe you think I'm being harsh. But listen, if you let people treat you like you don't matter, they'll keep doing it forever. My family wanted easy. Now they get hard mode. Opal wanted to play replacement. She's out of the game now. I didn't scream. I didn't break any laws. I didn't need to. I used the truth. I used my rights. If you try to erase me, you don't get to keep my stuff or my silence. So yeah, maybe I burned that bridge, but it was already on fire. I just made sure no one walks back over it without going through me first. I don't care what the next holiday looks like. I've got my life back, and I'm not sharing it with traitors. If you're ever in the same place, don't just sit there and take it. Remind people where the line is, and don't be afraid to draw it in permanent ink.